Hello, guys. Perla here, and welcome back. So, I wanted to make a quick video to talk about my experience with driving. A lot of people are constantly always asking me, like, do you drive? Should you be driving? Is it safe for you to drive, etc. And I'm going to say this in the stage where I live, anyways, it is up to my doctor to decide whether if I can drive or not. So we have, and I mean my doctor and I, we have an agreement and an understanding um, of what are the precautions and under what circumstances, excuse me, I can drive. So I have to pre-medicate with a stimulant at least an hour before I drive, just because usually when I take my Adderall, and I do take Adderall as a stimulant, when I take it, I have to take an hour nap while it kicks in. So it doesn't kick in automatically, like within 20, 30 minutes, regardless of whether it's long acting or short acting. I need an hour nap. So I take an hour nap, and then I'm able to drive. Now, the funny thing is that my gauge time of driving is between 20 to 30 minutes, depending on whether I took a long acting or short acting. And if I'm driving longer than 20 minutes increments, then I'm supposed to stop every 20 minutes for about 10 to 15 minutes before I continue driving. Now, what I personally do is that I I tend to leave the longer distance driving to another family member. So whether it is my sister or my dad or etc., like I plan for those trips with other people. And if other people are not going to go with me, then I plan on the route, what route I'm going to take, right? Whether I'm going to go through back roads or whether I'm taking the highway. I plan my stops. Now, I know that for some of you, it may seem very stressful and like way too much to even bother driving. But to be honest with you, driving is still something that I enjoy doing. Again, I have to be alert, I have to be medicated. I will never get behind the wheel if I'm extremely exhausted or if I feel like I cannot drive. I am very quick to call an Uber if I need to, call an Uber for the kids if they have to get picked up and I feel like I can't drive. So for those of you that wonder whether I drive or not, yes, I do drive. Yes, there are restrictions around my driving and how I have to be medicated in order to drive, right? And throughout the years that has become a lot easier to deal with and a lot easier to manage, where before, I'm not gonna lie, I was frustrated when I first, when he first told me that I needed to medicate and that I could only drive this much distance or whatever, because to be honest with you, my sleep doctor is a 40-minute drive. The kids pediatrician is a 40-minute drive in another direction. So a lot of the places that we go to on a regular basis, like whether it is every 3 months or every 6 months, are about a 40-minute drive. So I always have to plan for those. So I am one that if you make plans with me and you cancel last minute, it's going to be very hard for me to make plans with you again, because again, I do have to plan ahead before I get behind the wheel. And it is a freedom that I feel that I still have and that I still want to continue on having for as long as I can, regardless of the restrictions that come with it. To me, it is worth it, right? I can go down the block, I can go 5 minutes from here and go to Costco and do this and do that. And, to be honest with you, there are days where I wake up and I have to go grocery shopping, and there's no way that I'm gonna get behind the wheel, let alone go into a store. And what do? I go on the app and order my groceries and have them delivered to my door. I mean, with everything, there's always a flexibility, right? And it's learning to ride the wave as it comes instead of being so restricted to what it is that my life has unfolded to. I am learning to immerse myself in it and to really allow myself to just be, without fighting it, without restricting it, and without feeling like narcolepsy has taken everything or that narcolepsy has taken completely over my life. Because I'm not gonna lie, there was a period of time, especially when I was first diagnosed, where I fell into a huge depression and I was very angry at life. I was very angry at myself. I was angry at God. I was angry at everyone. And for me, that just made it worse. And I'll make another video in regards to why it made it worse, right? Because my cataplexy is induced through anger, right? So there was a lesson within that space that I also had to learn. But this video again was more about the driving. So if you have any questions that you would like answered, go ahead and ask. I was gonna also say my eldest is 20, and he also has narcolepsy with cataplexy. He does not have a driver's license. He has a permit. He is medicated with medication like to sleep and things like that, and but he doesn't feel 100% safe behind the wheel. We're still working on getting him his license just so that he can have it as an emergency. But the reason why it has taken him so long is because himself, he doesn't feel like he should be behind the wheel. So he has his permit, Whether he's going to get his driver's license or not, that is still kind of up in the air, because again, I'm not going to force him. Just because I'm comfortable driving doesn't necessarily mean that he's comfortable, right? And he has that choice to make for himself, right? How comfortable he feels behind the wheel. And then my other daughter that has narcolepsy is 15. She cannot wait until she's 16 to get her permit, get her driver's license. Like the three youngest one definitely want to drive. There's only one out of the three youngest one that has narcolepsy, and again is one of the twins, and she cannot wait to get behind the wheels. So it is, it is different in every state, and it is definitely a case by case situation. How much longer I'm going to drive, I have no idea. I have no, I have no idea. I go sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'll go weeks sometimes where I won't even get behind the wheel. I'll turn on the car just to warm it up and it's off. Either because I don't have anywhere to go, or because when I do have to go out, I don't feel like driving, right? If especially like in the summer, for me, and again, I'll make a video about this. The summer is my hardest, most difficult season. So yeah, that's why. Thanks.